Okay, so we're going to go over my pour over process here. If you're not familiar with pour over, it's definitely time to get familiar. So I'm going to go over what I have, what I use. This is just a basic kitchen scale. I don't like it. I'm getting a new one. It's not accurate. This is the Fellow single pour over set, which I'm really happy with. This is size X. I really like this a lot. It makes a great single pour over. Strongly recommend it. As do I recommend their Opus Conical grinder, which I've recently purchased and I'm really happy with. Lots of different grind settings depending on whatever type of coffee you're trying to grind. For my pour over, I prefer it at 7.5 on the grind size. And then I just have a basic electric kettle. This is a Bowden. I will be upgrading soon because I can't set the temperature on this, and I think it'd be easier if I did. Today we are actually going to be making a decaf coffee, so it's late in the evening. This is the first time I'll be doing my own decaf. I just roasted this the other day, so I wanted to give it a shot. All right, so we're gonna tear out our scale, and we're going with 20 grams of beans. And we're gonna go ahead and get that going in the grinder here. One of the things I love about this grinder is that it has this catch, kind of this cup that catches the grounds, and it has a magnetic setting, and it really helps control the grinds. So we're gonna let this go for like 30 seconds. Okay, our grounds are done. So we're going to go ahead and take those over here. Before we put them into our, before we start to brew them, we're actually going to do just a dry pour here, just to get the flavor of the filter out of the out of our set here, so it doesn't taste so bad. It also warms up the cup a bit. Okay, so we're ready to go here. This comes with this kind of funnel-like thing, which is helpful to help keep the grounds from going all over your filter, which I really like. Okay. All right, so it's a 3-to-1 portion for our bloom phase. And I'm going to try to position this a little bit differently so you can see what we're dealing with here, in case you've never done this before. The bloom phase, of course, is one of the important phases to try to get the grounds all saturated and prepare for the next parts of the brew. And it's really where you start to kind of see the CO2 released from these fresh grounds, so we'll hopefully kind of get an idea of what's going on there. So again, we're going to 60 grams of water here, and you can kind of see they're blooming a bit. 60, 58, 59. I like to give them a stir just to get the excess water around. Yeah, so you can see they just kind of get larger in size as the grounds swell a bit. Pretty straightforward. And we get a little bit in the base here, but nothing too crazy. We'll let that go for 30 seconds. Okay, our bloom phase is done, so now we're going to use a 16-to-1 ratio, so it's 16 water to 1 to every gram of grounds. So 16 grams times 20 is 320. You can see how much space was actually inside those grounds. So I like to do 4 total pours. So the bloom phase, or the bloom pour, then this pour I usually take to 150. And we just kind of go slow with it, nothing crazy, pretty straightforward. Let that drain out. Okay, that was only like 15 or so seconds. Now we're going to go ahead and take it nice and slow right to 250. We'll just leave the last pour for the last 70. Some might say I'm a little fast here, but the drip rate is pretty quick with these fellow units. Okay, let that go. Okay, here's our last 70 grams going in. Go nice and slow with it. Really, compared to a drip coffee, there's just no real comparison between this and the drip. All right, so that's basically it. Okay, so there you have it. There's the rest of our pour. And looks like we got a bit of a medium roast there. All right, we'll go ahead and get this poured over. I actually just got this mug from my buddy Aaron Harrison, who makes these. Pretty impressive. And we're gonna give this a shot. All right. I'm not a fan of decaf usually. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's home brewed. I drink it. It's pretty good, actually. Second time. It's a medium body, clean. Some chocolate in there, some rich notes. Actually, that's pretty good coffee for a decaf, now that I get used to it. Anyway, that's my pour over process. The longer that sits in there, the better it is. Anyway, I hope you get used to, or you hope you get out and try some pour over, some other things. And if you're looking into home roasting, it's a great hobby, so consider it. Be well.